Hey y'all, Happy New Year everybody. I just wanted to come on here and do a quick video. Well, I don't know how quick it's going to be, but I like to come on every now and again and just give my opinion about like a random topic or something. So anyway, I was watching Porsha Family Matters, right along with everybody else. Everybody's watching it. Some people calling it Porsha's Family of Lies, Porsha's Family of Mess, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, Porsha Family Matters. And this latest episode where she allegedly put her hands or tried to attack her mother-in-law, well, Dennis's mother. And everybody was saying how crazy that was, which it is crazy. But somebody said that, there's no coming back from that. Can't come back from putting your hands on your mother-in-law, having a fight. There's no way y'all will ever have a relationship after that. And it got me to thinking, and I said, I don't know about that. Because I have some stories about things I've been through with my mother-in-law, and we came back from it, and we have a very good relationship. But I figured, why not come on and just do a little story time video and tell you some of the crazy things that I went through with my mother-in-law that we came back from, just so people can see, and I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of people out there who've gone through things with their in-laws and stuff, but this is my story. I remember in particular regarding getting physical with your mother-in-law or something like that. My mother-in-law and I have gotten physical, I want to say about maybe twice. The major time, the main one, was we were all out one night and like a family night. We all went to like this little lounge type of thing. I don't know if my mother-in-law was invited, but she invited herself. Mothers do that. And she got liquored up. She normally doesn't drink, and when she does, she doesn't drink hard liquor. But this night, she was out, and she was drinking some Henny, something, whatever it was. She was drinking some dark liquor. And now this is going back a good almost 20 years, maybe about 15 years. This is going back between 15 and 20. And we were all out at this place, and we're drinking, and I can feel the heat just, her grilling me all night at this place. And every time she took another drink, her eyebrows got even lower looking at me. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever, just let her live. And then we decided we was doing a little bar hopping. So then we decided we were going to leave this spot and go to another spot that was up the street and around the corner. So we all piled into the SUV. Guy was driving. It was actually another one of my in-laws. It was all family. We were all family driving. So this was my husband's uncle was driving, and we were all in the truck. He was driving. He had somebody in the front seat, a friend of his, and in the back of the car, it was me, my mother-in-law, and her sister, so my husband's auntie. And the auntie was in the middle. My mother-in-law and me were on opposite sides. The auntie was in the middle. So I'm sitting there minding my business, just ready to go to this next place and have a good old funky time. We following somebody else, to get there, one of our cousins. And my mother-in-law just came out of nowhere. I right hand, she came out of nowhere. And she's looking at me and she says, I don't like you. Boom, punched me right in my face. Punched me dead in my face. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just taken aback. She just hit me. Now I'm a little drunk too. I mean, I'm not as drunk as she is yet. But, I'm feeling a little nice. So it did take me a second to be like, did this woman just hit me? And so I said that to her. I said, did you just hit me? And she was like, yeah, what you going to do about it? Boom. Punched me in my face again. Whoa. So now I'm sitting in the back seat. I said, Missy Lane. At that time, I still call her Missy Lane, even though I was married. I said, Missy Lane, you got one more time to hit me before I forget that you my mother-in-law, and then we're going to have a problem. Before I could even finish the sentence, you're going to have a problem. I'm going to forget you my mother-in-law. Boom. Punch me in my mouth again. I said, oh, no. So then I hit her back. And so now we're shot for shot in the back seat. I'm hitting her. Boom. She was shocked. She said, no, she didn't hit me back. Boom. Hit me. So now we just boom, boom, boom. Fighting, tussling in the back seat of the SUV. And the auntie was in the middle. Now she down like this because she's like, y'all hitting me. Y'all hitting me. Stop. She trying to tell the boy to pull over. Pull over, they back here fighting. Now he was feeling real good. So he said, I'm not stopping till I get to the bar. Y'all better, hold on till we get there. So he's driving. He wasn't going to stop till we got there, which it wasn't that far. Like I said, it was up the street and around the corner from the first spot we were at. So we do pull in, which seemed like within seconds or a minute. And they stop the car. We get out. Now we're ready to go in the parking lot. But somebody grabbed me. They pulled my mother-in-law, and they tell her to stop. That's your daughter-in-law. You can't do that. That's your granddaughter's mother. You can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Telling me the same thing. But she hit me first. And everybody saw she hit me first 3 times before I put my hands back on her. So now we're at this spot that we're familiar with, because we've been there a bunch of times. So now we was just tussling in the back seat. So I got to go to the bathroom. My mother-in-law got to go to the bathroom. I want to check, make sure everything look okay. Everybody's looking to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom first. And in this particular place, the way the bathroom is set up, it's there's not a bunch of stalls. It's just one bathroom for the males, one bathroom for the females, and you have to go at one at a time. So I go in first, and you lock the door behind you. Before I can get a chance to lock the door, because I'm already a little, I'm feeling nice and drinking. I just got fight. So before I got a chance to really lock the door, I came in, closed the door. I'm getting ready to turn around and lock it. Here come my mother-in-law. Boom, in the door, right? I got to pee. You going to have to wait. I'm peeing first. Now, she's my mother-in-law, so I don't want to fight her again. I didn't want to fight her the first time. But you're not just going to keep punching me in my face like I'm some, I don't know who you think I am. So, reflex took over at that point. So I'm like, okay, that's my daughter's grandmother. I'm going to let her go ahead and pee. So I'm sitting in the mirror. I'm standing in the mirror, just, looking at my face, checking my hair, doing my little makeup or whatever while she going to the bathroom. I let her peacefully go to the bathroom. Now, we're in one bathroom. There's not stalls or anything like that. It's the toilet, sink, just the bathroom. So she going. I'm minding my business in the mirror. So she finishes, do what she got to do, get herself together. Now she ready to come over here and wash her hands. I move, and now I go to get ready to go and use the bathroom. So now I get ready. I'm peeing. I'm doing what I got to do. And she just staring, looking at me. And I'm like, what you looking at? And she looking at me. And as I'm grabbing tissue, to finish up what I'm doing, she just comes over and boom, and just like body, like just with her shoulder, boom. I'm falling off the toilet. I'm slamming into the wall. I'm trying with one hand to keep her off of me. The other hand trying to finish and pull my pants up and do what I got to do so I can get up and really defend myself, And then you hear, I guess people outside heard all the tussling going on in the bathroom. And so a security guard actually ends up having to break the door because it was locked. The security guard had to end up breaking the door to come in the bathroom. He's yelling and screaming, and he's like, what's going on, y'all? It's not even supposed to be 2 people in here. This is just a one bathroom for one person at a time. He's like, and y'all in here fighting. And once I got myself together, I did get up and, again, we was wrestling. Boom, she slamming me into the wall. Boom, I'm slamming her into the sink and stuff like that. So this is my mother-in-law, my daughter's grandmother. So we get out of the bar. By this time, out of the bathroom. And like I said, by this time, I was already drunk. I'm young. I'm early 20s at the time. Maybe. I was married. So I got married when I was 22. So I think I was 22. I think this was the same year I got married. And so I start crying. And I'm crying. And I'm sitting at the bar. And I'm drinking. And I'm crying. And everybody's like, well, what's the matter? I said, I shouldn't be out here fighting my mother-in-law. I just got married. Y'all supposed to be my family. All this other mess. And I think my mother-in-law apologized. I can't remember if she apologized that night once I started crying. I think she did because after we left the bar, we all went back to her house, which is where we left from, and she offered to cook. And she was going to make me a plate, fried fish and everything. And I said, okay, I'm going upstairs to lay down because I'm a little, I'm feeling not too well. But I do want that fish sandwich. So I said, wake me up, when the food is done. Nobody wakes me up. Okay, somebody ate my sandwich, if she even made it, because they said somebody ate it. She thought somebody ate it. I'm like, you probably didn't even make it. So I ended up staying the night there, so I slept. I woke up the next day. My husband's waking me up talking about why my mother got marks and scratches and stuff all over her face. What you do to my mother? And he coming at me. So I jump up. You asked your mother what she did to me, and you worried about what your mother looked like. You need to be worried about what your mother did to me. And that was a whole nother argument the next day. But anyway, we got past that, eventually. It took a lot of time. But that was one of the major things that we had got into. I mean, there's been a lot of other stories of, her calling the cops on me calling the cops on them, restraining orders, harassment file. I mean, we did all of that stuff like when my daughter was first born. I mean, we had to have, designated people to come and pick her up and drop us off because my mother-in-law and I have restraining orders on each other. She couldn't come to my house and pick up no baby. I couldn't go to her house and and do nothing like that. So it took a lot. There was we were, I would say, enemies for a very long time. I would see my mother-in-law if I had run into her or somebody just brought up her name or something like that, and I swear I would see like red. There's a movie, Clue. I love that movie, one of my favorite movies. And in the movie, Mrs. White was explaining what she felt about the maid. I can't think of her name. Oh, what was her name? Yvette. And she was explaining that she says, I hated Yvette so much. She said that flames on the side of my face. That's how Miss White sounded in the movie. That's how I felt about my mother-in-law. That somebody could just mention her name and I would suddenly get hot. Everything would turn red and just start throbbing. Like, that's how much anger I had toward that woman, But we got past it. You know what I mean? We got past it. It took a lot of years and a lot of other experiences for me to develop a respect for her. She developed a respect for me. A lot later on, my mother passed away, my mother. And I was with my mother-in-law at the hospital when we went down to see the body and everything. And my mother and I were like this. And my mother-in-law said to my mother's body, she said, I promise you and I give you my word that I will try my best to love on your daughter like you would if you were here. My mother, she died suddenly. She wasn't sick. It wasn't expected. And she just said, I will do my best to love on her. And that was almost 6 years ago. And I would have to say my mother-in-law has done that. She has kept her word to my mother. And we were already okay before that because, like I said, she was with me when we went to the hospital. So we were okay before that. But it was always up and down, Before we would be okay for a year or two, and then something would happen, we would fall out for a year or two. But ever since then, it's been a different type of relationship. She's showed me a different type of love. She loves me, in my opinion, now like I am really family, and not just her daughter's mother, granddaughter's mother, or her son's wife. I'm family. She loves me whether I'm married to her son or not. She loves me whether I'm a part of the family, in the family, because her son and I are now separated. But we have our own relationship. And I feel the love, I feel the respect, and I love her, I respect her. But it's not easy to come back from stuff like that. Because a person, you can easily be enemies for life when you go through things like that with people. So it does depend on the person, and the individual people, if they want to work it out, if they want to have a relationship with each other. But I guess the world, the universe just worked it out so that my mother-in-law and I did stay in each other's lives. We weren't, enemies forever. And we are very close right now. I speak to her just as much as her children do, if not more than her children do. And she appreciates me in her life. I appreciate her in my life. I thank her all the time. So, and we have a genuine connection, a genuine love, a genuine respect. And maybe if we hadn't gone through all those things, I wouldn't love her as much as I do now. I wish we didn't have to go through all those things. But, I mean, the way I feel now, I'll kill somebody with my mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Like, don't play with me when it comes to my mother-in-law. But it just made me think about the stuff on the show, Porsha, Family Matters. And if they're mature enough, if it means enough to them, if how Pilar grows up and sees her family means enough to them, they will work it out. They can get past it. It's not something that is, it's irredeemable. They can't come back from it. It's too much. She swung on his mother. That's it. I'm just here to say that from experience, you can get into really bad arguments, physical altercations, have a bad experience with your mother-in-law or any in-law for that matter, and you can come back from it. I know there probably are some things that you can't come back from because there's things that people can't come back from. But that one, swinging on your mother-in-law, as terrible as that is, and I wouldn't suggest anybody do that, but as terrible as it is, you can come back from it. And in this case, I hope they do. Because, Dennis's mom, Miss Gina, she seems like a decent person. I mean, all she's really doing is defending her son, which any mother would do. She's not going to let y'all drag her son's name through the mud. But for the most part, she does mind her business. I don't see her I know some meddling mothers, believe me. I don't see Miss Gina doing that. You know, she'll sit around and let everybody have their conversation, and everybody has an opinion. She hasn't said anything. And then when she does say something, then it's like, oh, she's too much in the business. If she's too much in the business, then everybody's too much in the business. But at the end of the day, she's not wrong for defending her son. She's not wrong. I mean, it's really them against everybody else. I mean, it's not like Dennis's whole family is there. I don't know if he has siblings or his father. I don't know any of that stuff. It's just him and his mother against Porsha's entire family, all women, and Porsha's new fiance. A whole bunch of different personalities, and different opinions, different judgmental attitudes. You know, and Miss Gina just said, I'm not going to let you come and destroy my son's reputation or have people think he's a certain type of way when there are people in the world who don't feel that way about him. There are people in the world who love him and things like that. And she's not wrong for that. And as far as Porsha, she's not looking too good on this show. I mean, she's kind of going out bad, but I'm sure she's a decent person. So I feel like they can bounce back from it. They just have to want to bounce back from it and, you know, facilitate an environment that they can grow in. But that's all. That was my story time of me and my mother-in-law. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.